Hello and welcome again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is still the 7th of October and this time I have some news for you regarding Destiny, as Bungie will be releasing a new title update today that will address some connection issues. Now, this is actually planned for a rollout at around 7 AM Pacific time, which is about 3 PM GMT on, as I said, today, October the 7th. That will actually render Destiny servers offline for, quote, several hours. Now, as well as fixing some connection issues, this update also brings to the fray some fixes for various bugs, including one that allowed you to actually quickscope, and Bungie has also referenced fixes made to internal tools that will help them, quote, speed up their release process. So, the patch isn't too meaty, so I will just go through all of it with you here. As for client fixes, we have added more data logging for matchmaking systems, improved connectivity failure handling to reduce beaver, kick to orbit events, KTOs, improved logging of player disconnections, internal tools fixes to speed up our release process, fixes to the roster system to allow us to tune the frequency of roster updates on Xbox One, fixed a bug that allowed users to quickscope on some weapons. Now, as for the servers, we have security fixes, server performance improvements, fixes to reduce the frequency of some KTOs, better logging to help diagnose connectivity problems, and fixes to some centipede errors that were exclusive to specific player characters. Now, while we're here, I'd also like to discuss something else with you regarding Destiny. As you may have seen, the Bungie is actually discussing the possibility of adding matchmaking for Destiny's raids. Now, they did say back in July that the 6-player raid will not support matchmaking, and at the time Luke Smith from Bungie labelled the decision, quote, a bit of a risk because the activity requires you to have a group of 5 other friends to play with. But now, it seems like they're at least considering it. The raid was designed, this comes from the studio manager by the way, the raid was designed for solid teams of killers who have made a commitment to solve a dense and explosive riddle. Most of the raiding parties who have emerged victorious from the Vault of Glass have sworn that one weak link would have doomed their chain. There have been other stories, of course. We've heard tales of guardians who met each other just outside the door that leads into that vault. Strange tales have reached our ears, tales of total strangers who have banded together to see the raid all the way through to a triumphant finale. Those stories surprise us, but the players of our games always have. The best I can do to answer your question is to let you know that you've been heard. We are having conversations about how matchmaking might support the more challenging activities in Destiny. It's a start. Keep sounding off about it, and maybe someday, some match-made fire teammates will hear you too. Now, he also touched on the possibility of having private matches which would allow you and your friends to play against each other, and he said, quote, I totally get it. I want that too. I'll keep bringing it up. In the meantime, I'll have some dares and challenges to issue to the competitive community. Keep your sights trained on us. To be honest, I say bring on the matchmaking. Not everyone has that many friends playing the same game or even on all at the same time. If you all have different working hours or whatever, then, you know, it's going to be a bit of a pain to all arrange to get together just to do this one raid. So having matchmaking and allowing you to much easier actually just group together with strangers or whatever, then I don't see why not. Of course, just make sure that it's all sort of grouped together by language, as we don't want, you know, someone who speaks English with people who speak Russian or whatever, because that would not exactly be useful for their team play. So obviously basic stuff like that really, but I don't see any reason why not. I say bring it on personally. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.